I don't want to. This little thing. This little thing. I hope I don't trip on it. Hi, Heather. How are you? Good to have you here. It's cold in my room, so I'm going to be fast. And hopefully we won't have a rolling blackout like they're saying we could have. So to save electricity, I'm not vacuuming because I'm saving electricity. But if you're here, I don't know. I can't tell. Nothing. We're going to start here in just a minute. If you're just scrolling around on YouTube, hi, I'm Mary Gunn. And this is Contributor Showcase. We're going to talk about more and more and more. Heather, you weren't here. You didn't get one then this week, did you? That's right. You know, it's hard to do every week. It is a toughie. I am cold. Fiddlesticks. Come on in and say howdy, stranger. The Circle Guru. The Circle Guru, that must have a history. Hi, Brenda. Allie. I'm going to have to look that up. Okay. The pre-show. Okay, got it. There we go. Meh. Look at that. Everything is always so taken care of. Cheryl's here. Good. Have you guys seen Craft Roulette? I don't know. I know Brenda has. Oh, Brenda, you know Allie. I don't know. Do I know you, Allie? I don't know. Anyway, I do now. We will start for real here in just a minute. There's lots of good looking cards in this group, I'm telling you. Allie is awesome. And other alliterations. Awesome Allie. I'm glad to meet you then, because I like awesome people. I do. Cheryl, yay, you have seen it. Okay, good. Good. You're familiar. This is fun. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start because I am cold. Go ahead and let somebody else know that we're doing this too. It does have a short story fun. Patty's here, yay. Okay, let's get going. I will do my intro and I'll be right back officially. Thanks for coming, guys. It's nice to see you. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie. Founder and head professor of Fun University, and your intrepid hostess to Craft Roulette and the spin-off show, Contributor Showcase, because we have so many beautiful contributions from our challenge show called Craft Roulette. We had to do a whole show just for the cards that were sent in. And so we have come up with Contributor Showcase. This is number 2, and I think it worked real well. I see lots of familiar folks, and I'm glad to have you here today, whenever you're watching. This is an international thing because it's on the website or the internet, so I don't know what to say. If I say good day, good afternoon, good night, happy middle of the morning, happy middle of the night, but right now it's the beginning of the afternoon for me, so. Oh, okay, you're the Circle Guru. Okay, just saw a message. Now I have a face with that card, which I'm going to get started with right away. We are the ultimate paper crafting game show. We're called Craft Roulette, and we have a guest crafter with us every week. And we also open up to, we have a guest crafter every week. I'll get my words right. To do improvisational random card making based on spins of one wheel. And it's been quite a bunch of fun. We just closed, this is episodes 48 contributions. And so we're just rolling right along, spinning right along one Friday evening after another. And it's picking up steam. Like you can see from all of these you'll see all these remarkable contributions. When we first started, and I'm going to get back to what I'm supposed to do for. I was looking at the early archives on craftroulette.live, and we didn't even start getting contributions for the first 3 weeks, I think. And then we started getting a few and a few more and a few more. And till now, we have over 40 a week and sometimes more than 50 a week. So we did this extra show. Brenda's great. She's a great support. It's her new favorite activity. And I hear that a lot because we're not able to see each other. And so it does feel like we're all kind of playing along together. And I really do like that a lot. And you guys make it happen. So I just spin the wheel. But you guys are making it extra fun by being with us every week and sending in your submissions. If you need an idea for a card, you should visit those submission boards. They are outstanding. If you don't know what Craft Roulette is and you need to know, I have a video. Let's go to that and we'll start looking at slides after that. Thank you guys for being here.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on Facebook.com/MerryGunFun and archived on YouTube.com/CraftRoulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on MerryGunFun.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
There I am. That's what we do every Friday evening at 6:30 Central Time. So whatever that means for you, you're invited to watch us live. If you aren't able to watch us live, you're always invited to watch us on YouTube the next day for a premiere replay at noon Central Time, or you can go back to craftroulette.live and see all the past episodes. I wouldn't waste my time on the early ones though. Please don't. Please don't. Anyway, we do have our event set up for this Friday with Katie Taylor as our featured guest crafter. And you can go over to facebook.com/MerryGunFun, 2 N's in both gun and fun, Craft Roulette, and get a reminder so you won't miss this week. That would be great. We would love to have you there. So let's start. Let me get to the slides here. There, we got it. I got it, Stephen. So our parameters last week when we had Candace Richardson from Candoodle Creations, look her up on YouTube and on Instagram, she's great. The parameters were a card with a circle or circles, and the colors were our favorites, right girls? They were our favorites. Orange +2. Orange has become kind of the joke color on Craft Roulette, but we have only had it 4 times, I think is what it was, 4 times, like 8% of the time. And we do have a goal. If we get to when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're at 700 something right now on YouTube, we're going to take orange off the wheel, at least for a little while. And the element that you had to include was a plant. Now there's lots of different ways to use plant, we figured out. You can use it as a noun, you can use it as a verb, you can do all sorts of things with it, and you will see. And you needed to use some kind of stencil. Lots of great stencils out there we figured out too. So this was my card that I made during the show. Yeah, and my hand drawing, right? That's right, Brenda. I used some of my hand drawing, but some of it I stamp. This was another one that I got started on the show and then went ahead and finished later. And then this one, and we were talking about all the different ways to do the plant. So I went ahead and did draw a card using the plant with the cactus, like Candace's mom was wanting us to use. Plant a kist with that little birdie. An industrial plant, and then plant a sign. So I covered all the bases right there on that one little silly card. So, and then the circles in the background. Hi, Crafty Owl. You ended up liking orange. Oh, this just makes me so happy. I love it. I love it. I'm glad you guys, there's some conversions going on here for orange. This is our contributor map from just last week. We have friends all over. I think I saw our little Swedish friend right there, and we've just so appreciate everybody. Look clear up at Santa's house. We've got some real Northwest girls up there, and really appreciate that. I don't even know how. I've been cold all day, so I don't know. I'm ready to have spring here. But, well, and I was thinking about spring, changing some parameters for spring soon, so we'll be getting some new things. But we do appreciate you guys staying up all night to watch us, or getting up early the next day and watching us. It's great to have so many nice friends all over the world. Candace Richardson pulled it together really fast. She didn't know if she was afraid that she might take a little longer than she did to make a card, but she had enough time to make two, and the cat's playing with the wire. This was her first one, and she's got the stencil. She did a stencil to make the circle. She did a stencil to make the design in it. And then, anyway, you'll have to watch the show if you haven't. She just knocked this one out. It's so pretty. She did a great job. Orange was her friend on that one. Here's her second card. Same card with a little bit of different slant. So she did a great job. She was a fun guest, and we really appreciated her being there. If you want to see the last show, you can see it right here on the YouTube channel, or you can go to craftroulette.live. There's a link there too. James W. James W. is a 12-year-old boy young man who had never joined us before, but his caretaker, Jennifer, watches the show, and she talked him into making a card on Friday night, and look at what he did. She said he started with a stencil, and after that he was absolutely he was sold. So James, we are so glad to have you in the audience and helping us and sending in a great card too. Well done, and we want to see more of your work. So well done, Jennifer, too. Isn't that great? I love it. Okay, so watch where the circles come from, and watch what colors they choose to use with orange, and watch for stencils too. It's all very fun to see how they sneak in those circles. It's all very interesting. Carol Lee made this little, it reminded me of tiddlywinks. You know, you're going to push on one little circle to get it to pop into the other, which, you know, you really could do a tiddlywink game card, but I digress. Carol Lee used orange prominently. That's another thing. It doesn't have to be the prominent color. It can be something a little different, which you will see. But I thought this was fun with the little leaves and the stamping and the different ways to put all that together. And then she's got that erratic kind of cool stencil in the background. And where'd the green ribbon come from? I don't even know. I never would have thought it, but I really like how it ties it together and pulls it in. Carol Lee, well done. Kim from Northwest Territories, clear up there by Santa's house. Now, she didn't use much orange on hers at all, which is another thing you can do. You just have to sneak that in. Look at her, all those little circles in her stenciling. And she said she used everything just from her stash bowl on this one, which I think is very cool touch. Because I love busting my stash, and so I like it when other people bust their stash too. So Kim, this is just a really, really pretty card, and so springy and happy. We're ready. I think so. Yes. Thank you for getting spring ahead of us and knowing that it's coming. It's coming. Thank you for joining us. Bonnie, you're here. Bonnie. And look at this. Holy moly, girl, you have circles and circles and circles. And not only that, you've got dimension and lots of beautiful flowers and for your plant. What can I say? This is just remarkable. She stenciled polka dot background. Then she's got 3 gold scallop circles. she really took the parameters and used them to the max, which is very cool. I when I opened this one up, I was taken aback because it was so complicated, and you got it in so fast. So you must just be a little speedy card maker. But wow, 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 that's just gorgeous. Very, very fancy. Thank you, Bonnie. Kathy usually sends her picture in from her deck, and I guess it was just too cold. So she came in and did her picture. She did put the stamp on watercolor paper and watercolored her flower orange. Really nice soft background, so that focal point pops right in your face, doesn't it? And it's nice. I like that. She's got some really nice really subtle things going on with her embellishments. Got the circle thing done, cards with lots of circles. Honestly, you can use, because there's so many ways to use circles: background, focus, focal point, inside a stamp, die cuts. You can just do so many different things. That's what I like about Craft Roulette. You just get all these things that you just go, oh. And I think Crafty Al, you're the one that said, why didn't I think of that? But we can't think of it all. So that's why we have Craft Roulette, and that's why we have the Contributor Showcase. It's a great brain starter too. Pretty card, Kathy. I hope it gets warm enough that you can go back out to your deck. Hilda Nell, look at this one. I love this one. Simple A2 card, I believe, and look at that background on that. Isn't that pretty? She did some stenciling and some ombre and all sorts of coolness, and then she pulls in this real pretty focal point, but not enough. No, not for Hilda Nell. Then she brings in a dragonfly to visit that pretty little focal point, plus a sentiment, plus some embellishments. There's oftentimes on these cards, oh, you're welcome, Bonnie. Oftentimes on these cards, there's a lot of detail, but they're so subtle and they work so well with the cards that unless you just spend a little bit of time, which I really like about this because I get to do that and really study it, you'll miss it. But that's important because when you look at a card, you like to look. It's important to be able to look at it and see something pretty, and then dissect it and see pretty elements involved with it. So perfectly lovely card, Hilda Nell, as often you do. Thank you for joining us. Jackie from Australia sent in this, and she said it was a loquat tree, she thought. I think that's like the background you stamped just in green and then you brought it up to the focal point. Very effective. Your matting is very effective. I like that very much. Your coloring, your choices for the gray, I'm a sucker for light gray backgrounds. Just a sucker, let's just face it. But she did a stencil of her light gray background on her focal point. Very effective, Jackie. You do always a good job, and we always appreciate you taking time out of your weekend, which starts a little later than or earlier than ours, to join us. So you're very special. Thank you. Vicky, who has a card on my wall, sent in this beautiful card. Here's one that you can see the detail, and this is one that you probably would look at and go, I hope she didn't have that all glued down and then go back and do some things. Like I often do. It's real important not to get ahead of yourself when you're making cards and glue them too quickly, especially when you're doing improv and you think you're done and then you look at it and go, nah, I can do something else, and you start prying things off. But pretty little hummingbird, and you got splatters going on, but the thing that made me think of that was that gold chevron thing going on in the background, or the yellow orange. And I thought, oh, I hope she didn't go, that really could use some tone on tone texture back there and stencil, but I think you probably knew what you were doing. But very pretty card. I like it. I can't wait for my hummingbirds to come back, and this gives me more encouragement. So thank you, Vicki, for joining us from North Carolina. Okay, Vicki Emerson, she was in our top 10 first contributors to Craft Roulette, so I have to give her a pass. She forgot the stencil because she didn't have a stencil. Can you imagine? We're gonna have to talk to you, Vicki, about having a stencil in your stash. But circle stencils are super easy because you can use your own die cuts, punches, and different things like that. Like both Candace and I made our own circle stencil for the the cards that we made. So, but you know, super cute cards, let's face it, and super cute woman. I'm giving her a pass, and those are just so cheery and darling. Vicky, you can't do any wrong in my eyes. I'm pretty sure you'd have to. I don't think you could. I don't think it's in you to break a rule about this, and you just fell on your sword so cute. And she's pretending that the plaid paper is stenciled. I can pretend that. Thank you for being so honest, Vicky, and being such a great part of Craft Roulette. I know, they're so happy. Vicky, second Vicky from the United Kingdom, she's from Essex, sent in this card with so many circles I could not keep track. Super cute with that little cactus. Now, what you can't see too well, at least I can't see here very well, is she's got little white dots on that little cactus, and that really sets it off and makes him a little more detailed and super cute idea. Sending prickly hugs. You got the orange in there, and with her little spiky friend, as she said. Favorite blend of oranges. Okay, so there's lots of different oranges too. So oranges can be anywhere from a soft coral to a rust, a dark rust color. So oranges, you know, sometimes just think a little farther than bright orange when you get a parameter that you're not quite sure you love. But super cute. Vicky, we appreciate your sense of humor and being in our group. She is also very active in our Craft Roulette Challenge group on Facebook. You are also welcome to join us. You just go to Facebook, look up Craft Roulette Challenge, answer some questions, and you'll be immediately and automatically approved. If you don't answer the questions, you will be immediately and automatically declined. So, you know, that's how it goes. Anyway, this is cute. Vicky, keep it up. Alessa, we did talk about your name finally. I just emailed her and said, which one is it? Is it Elisa or Alessa? And she said it's Italian and it's Alessa. So I think I got it right. Did I remember the right one? Oh, it's like Taylor and Tyler. Oh, and Kitty. Okay, I don't like saying things wrong. Cute background, girl. I think this is, Alessa always does kind of a artsy twist on her cards, which is very fun and unique. Cool background with the ombre, and I assume that's one stencil and it wasn't too hard to do. Pretty little daffodils and that green butterfly. Oh, I love that green butterfly. So we're so happy that you send in your cards from Florida, and you already know it's still going to be warm, so we have great cheer and hope knowing that we're going to, life happens, and right now life happens cold. I said it right. Alessa, I learned a lesson from Alessa. That's a good way for me to remember the lessons from Alessa. And the cards too. We always appreciate. She had a cute meme on Instagram, and it was a darling picture of her laughing, and she said it makes you look young to laugh a lot. And she looks very young, 12. No, she doesn't look quite 12. She's a very pretty woman. Yes, remember the potato chip company Lay's? Yeah, Alessa. Don't mix me up. It is a great stencil background. You're right. Oh, you were fixing dinner. Well, you're here now, so we're glad. Thank you from Sweden. Here we go. Ava. Here she's got one of those little white details going on, just like the little cactus did for Vicky. She's got the little white details going on that little tiger face, and that really sets him off as something special. She used the stencils on the background for the leaves and the dots. Super cute layout, and finishing off with, I mean, that's just a popping card, isn't it? It just has a lot going on. But it works, and the orange was perfect, just perfect. Orange for tigers, orange for loquats, orange for happiness. It's so many good ways to use orange. All right, I'm gonna look back on your chat there about your name. Oh. Anyway, thank you, Ava, for joining us from Florida. We appreciate it. And I tell you what, your nouveau dropping, can you do nouveau dropping as a verb like that? Is really good. Mine is never that good. I'm impressed. Well done. Yep, cute tiger. Patty Beck for her 44th in a row. She started early on. She was not our first contributor to Craft Roulette, but she was early on to be 44th in a row, and this was our 48th show. You can do the math. Her little gate opens. Is that cute? And she's talking to Mr. McGregor, which of course just speaks to me because I love Peter Rabbit. And he looks a little bit like a chocolate bunny, and I hope Mr. McGregor doesn't get him and chomp his ear. But super cute card with the little gate that opens and the little bunny that doesn't hop, but he could. If you, I'm pretty sure when you go to bed at night, he hops. And kind of like Toy Story, except Bunny Story. And super cute. We cannot imagine a time when Patty doesn't join us, because it's just, I think it's I hope it never is a burden, but we really appreciate her, and I know we all look up to you as a leader, so thank you so much. Rose, do you like your card better this week? She didn't like her card last week. I was just looking at this thing, and then I realized all the butterflies were going to go to those flowers and those mushrooms, and I thought that was such a cute little detail. Cute little gnome. Fun that he's not colored. It lets the orange in the background and the ombre look on that stenciled background really shine out, be special, and then he stands out because he's not colored. Pretty little card. Pretty little card. I love the background. And those little butterflies all going over to those pretty little flowers and mushrooms. Cute. It's just cute. I like it. I think you're doing fine. I do. I'm glad you're joining us more often. It's good. I'm proud of you. Thank you. Allison sent in, that's you. Allison's in the chat group today as the Circle Guru. She sent in, see, and they were calling you Allie, and I didn't recognize it. Sent in her first submission. Stinking cute card. Holy smokes. It was a new stencil for her to be using. I would use it often. I think it's really, really cute. Little bunny is just stinker. He's adorable. Your background on that focal point, the sky in the background, the clouds, holy moly, girl, you're good. Details in that just make it, it's another one of those, you look at it, it goes, great card. Look at it, details, and go, wow, look at that. All the stuff that's supporting that great card. It's always a mind blower to me. So, great card. Really appreciate you being a part of us. I'm glad that your mojo is now started. Nothing harder than getting it going. So now you're in go mode. So onward and upward. Lots and lots of cute cards in your future, I suspect. Thank you, Allison. Welcome to the family. Anna Miller from Canada made this slimline card, and she's got some ombre thing going on in the background with her stencil, and it's a little heart stencil up and down, kind of a really cute little stencil. Love those orange Gerbera daisies. They're so happy. And you've got them all focused in there and bookend in there so they don't get picked and taken away to another card. Really sweet card. Lots of fun little details going on there. And just a note from Anna Miller. Way to go and make a slimline, because we didn't have very many. So it was good to see that. I like also how you use, add the little things in the background so we know what you use. That's kind of cool. Appreciate that. So Anna, thank you. Glad you had, you were like what some in our first 10 contributors. I looked back and went, wow, you were early on. So, yep, aren't those pretty tags? Very pretty tags. Thank you. Lena Marie has a tree in her house, and she decorates it for every season. She said, guess what season I'm going to decorate for next? Not too hard to figure it out. This guy, this little leprechaun is ready to be on a tree. He looks like he's ready to go under a tree. Cute little, Marie is... never does something that you will ever see anybody else make it, but that's not a slam either, and she knows that I think that about her. She does unique and very cool cards. I was surprised when I saw this guy, because I hadn't gone past Valentine's Day. You know, Friday we were still thinking Valentine's Day, and so she's already moving on to the St. Patrick's. So I guess I'm a little slow, but cute card. You do unique work, really cool tricks that you use. I think you do a lot of fussy cutting, and you don't use a lot of stamps. You're just like real raw and real cool. So Lena Marie, I've known Lena Marie a long time and really appreciate her creativity. So thank you. Mary Neighbor brought the gnome. She's kind of keeps track to make sure that we don't lose out on her gnome. We did have a gnomeless week a couple weeks back, but we were well represented by the gnomes this week. And I did do a gnome post on our challenge group, so you could see all the gnomes at once. Really cute card. You always have a very lovely style. Lots of details. Another one of those people who have lots of details that all make that all go together really well. Thank you, Crafty Owl. That's, I never remember. That really does help too. So I appreciate that reminder too. She always does a beautiful job on her coloring and everything. She's just a spectacular crafter. So always glad to have Mary there and bringing in such cute cards. How did she decide to do the, oh, there's a cat playing with my toes right now. Oh my goodness. Good thing I have 3 pairs of socks and the outside one is about this thick. How did she decide to add those little flowers? I do not know, but what a cool touch, and those little stars. I love it. I do. Yep, it's a good one, isn't it? Yep, well done, Mary. Christina from Sweden sent in this card. Now she's going all historic. So she watches us in the middle of the night, like at 1:30 in the morning. And we are so glad that Buell, her friend who lives up the street, is going to come visit her on Friday after she takes a nap from work and stay up and watch Craft Roulette with her. That's going to be very special. She does these incredible art pieces that are very detailed. And she included a medieval castle in her card this week. The circle is, and that's not far from her home. We are Americans, right? And so we don't have anything from the 1400s like Sweden has. And it always takes me aback at how old the things in Europe are. She did 2 cards, but both of them have some sort of reference to that castle, including the picture. Do you see it there? What a cool, she's like our Swedish historian. Another gnome, we've got the circles with the tree stump. She's got background stenciling going on. She's got little butterflies going around, 3 of them. Look at those pretty flowers and the shading on it, with her little castle in the background. Unbelievable. And then the slimline card, she's got 3 little houses type thing. Oh, now he's coming up my leg. Oh, that's skin that your claws are going in, mister. I'm a professional. I shall keep my cool. Anyway, there's the little houses that she's got on all those little circles. They're not the same. If you look at them really closely, they're similar, but they're not the same. Lots of attention to detail. Fascinating. You could look at this card for a long time and see something new each time, I think. Thank you. Susan Smurf Murphy. This is a cute card. She's got a little mouse going on adventure. Of course. I know. Who else saw this card, those parameters, and thought, hey, I'll make a mouse going on a swimming adventure? Nobody. This is why we love Craft Roulette, is all the things that come together in your beautiful noggins. She did the stenciling with these fish, and what was there? Something else, I think. The seaweed. You stenciled the seaweed too. Very clever card. Very fun. Very adventuresome. I just think it's adorable. Look, make sure you go over to craftroulette.live and look at these cards individually and spend some time with them. They all deserve, yes, Kerwin wants to be on camera. Well, he wants to be he's got cabin fever. That cat's got cabin fever. Anyway, do go over to craftroulette.live and look at these cards closely. You'll get, and make notes on ideas too, because I don't know where he went now. He's decided my flesh is no longer interesting and he has moved on. So sorry, Kerwin. Maybe he'll come back and attack me again. Thank you, Susan, and we look forward to your next card. Super cute bunny. Ellen was really lamenting orange, but she pulled it off. Ellen is one of our guest crafters from the past season, And she said, oh, it could be a carrot plant. And yes, orange could be. Or she said, you could plant a sign. So she went verb on it. So, but she pulled it off. This is an adorable card. She did some stenciling. I think it was offsetting the stencil to get those different spots in the background, I think. Cute bunny. Do you love that bunny? I do. I have a crush on that bunny. Really nice crispness to the bunny, with the colors being so bold and having such great contrast. So I'm so glad that we got orange just for this card alone, if nothing else, because it forced you to do another orange card. So, I'm giving you a hard time because I know I can. Thank you, Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis. Maybe we'll get Monkey Brown sometime. I know. See the cute? He's cute. He's cute. And if we hadn't gotten orange, she wouldn't have made him. So we're glad. Thank you. Georgia's pretty new. She is a friend of Sandy's, who I believe Sandy's here today. Yep, I see her. And she invited Georgia to join us, so we're very thankful for you to share us, to feel comfortable. I know nobody will share us until they know that we're okay. And we do try to be okay. We try to be family friendly and have just a good time. Friday nights, you're ready for just a little relaxation and a little craft-tertainment, aren't you? So that's what we try to do every week, 6:30 Friday. And but this is such an attractive card. I like it in so many ways. She used a rectangle stencil to frame her picture, which is another way to use a stencil. Notice on this little herb garden, some details. She included some shadowing. Isn't that pretty? Just by using some darker brown on that I think it's sponged background. So very pretty, very different again. No big bunny on this one, just a pretty, pretty little card. And we're so glad that you are here. Yeah, yep, oh, Georgia, are you an artist? Did you draw these? That'd be cool. Anyway, it's beautiful, whatever. Thank you for joining us. Sue Masoner, a longtime friend and craft buddy. She drew, or she sent in this pretty little card. She did a little chubby, which is a Fun University size card. It's a 4x8. Fun University is where I teach art lessons, and we have all sorts. You can look it up. You can look it up, and there's lots of information about it. Anyway, if this is not a lesson, this is just for fun. But I actually teach art classes, cards and scrapbooking and such on Fun University. And so she is one of our guides sizes for cards that I lovingly call Little Chubbies. So anyway, pretty, pretty card. She put some sparkle and some shimmer on the flowers. Again, I am ready to see some daffodils. So, cards make spring come a little earlier. Oh, that should be a stamp. Cards make spring come early. Nah, it's not quite the right saying, but there's something there, I'm telling you. Cute card. Great choices of colors. Very springy, very happy. And again, it's not a bright orange. She pulled out another kind of a yellow orange, and it works real well. So glad to have you, Sue, as always. Allison, what in the world gave you that wonderful idea to color the insides of these eucalyptus leaves turquoise? And the outside's orange. I just love that. Again, it's a very detailed card. Lots going on, but it all works together. She's got a shaker element going on. She's got the stenciled dots. She's got some pretty little orange embellishments. And then those eucalyptus leaves hanging upside down with an orange edge and a turquoise inside. Wow, it's so fun. I love interpretations. I just love it. TR, we'll see you later. To you too. Thank you for stopping in. Anyway, it's great, Allison. Well done. And we're so glad to have you join us as often as you do. We do like seeing your cards. Yes, we do. Melissa Schultz is fairly new to us, and she sent, I thought These were adorable cards, or an adorable card. She's got the ombre thing going on with the stenciling background. Very effective background for that bright pop of white with those bold colors on the focal point. Look at the detail on the little woot woot at the bottom. I don't know what to call it. It's not really a scallop. It's kind of a woot woot scallop. And she's got some pretty little gems going on there. But look at those, the focal point. She's got them all super blinged out, tricked out. And they're all shiny and gorgeous. So I love it. I thought that was a really pretty one. Our guest crafter, Candace Richardson's mom, was in the background shouting at her about doing things. Kind of fun. She's 25 years old, should be 26 by now, and aging right before our eyes. But she lives at home and is trying to get into medical school. Fun to see that kind of new blood in card making. But her mom was going, cactus, cactus, and yelling in the background. So it was really fun. So I think she gave us all a little idea for some cactus. So even if she didn't send anything in, we took that idea and ran with it with lots of plants. So cactus plants, very nice. See, the influence that we have on each other. It's very important that we play nice. All right, Melissa, thank you so much. Kathy P. This was funny. I was looking through Instagram and I saw this card and I didn't see who had who had posted it. And I thought, oh my gosh, that looks like it could be a craft roulette card this week. And I looked at it and went, oh, it's Kathy P. Of course it's a craft roulette card. And see, like that gnome earlier from Rose, that she didn't color her gnome. Look, she didn't color her cactus. Isn't that an interesting way to do it? And she's got such a pretty color in the background. Honestly, if you colored the cactus, they would probably get lost. So I think that was a really good design choice for you. And we always appreciate your cards, and also appreciate that you tag me or Craft Roulette on Instagram when you post there. That does help us. So and it helps me know that you got it there too, so I can share it and appreciate it early. So anyway, yep, and she does really pretty, very clean, classic cards. Very, very good artist. You should follow her on Instagram. But that is not what she's under. But it's Pisupati, and it's expressive something. So I'm sorry, Kathy, that I can't think of what it is. Expressive papers or something. Anyway, we're real glad to have you in our group and sending in cool cards. Larissa Woolley is new to us, and she said she's from Michigan, and she sent in nobody else did a globe. Larissa, that was a very clever interpretation of the parameters. You've got the ombre thing going on underneath the globe, which is pretty, and it really sets it off as something special. It's got the doily in the background for a little more interest, and those are circles. What a clever way to make her circles in a plant. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun in finding out what you do with parameters, I hope, in the future. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Craft Roulette's Fun Fam. Appreciate you. Cool card. Buell from Sweden. Another cool take on the parameters of circles. She went for wheels. Could be the I can't even go there. It's just too crazy how wonderful all the interpretations are. I just love it. She's got circles in the background. She also does very detailed work. She went with the 6x6. Now, they were saying that in Sweden they can get 6x6 envelopes very easily. So I think maybe that has something to do with your choice of cards. And I like it. I like being able to see the differences. That one on the right, Buell, the background to me is just, I just want to study it, and I want to get down and dirty and do it right here. I don't know how you did it quite, but it's so pretty, and such a subtle but demanding background at the same time. You did great. I always appreciate your work, and sometimes she does real simple cards, but they're very cool. And this one, though, you just pulled out all sorts of ideas and unique. I love it so much. Thank you for joining us. I do hope you get a nap before the show on Friday. Janet Covington went with blue, orange, and green, because you get to pick 2 other colors with the orange. Pretty flowers. Oh my goodness, those are pretty flowers. And I like those 3 colors together. I think they look really kind of southwestern maybe, but not quite because of that light green. And you've got the shaker card going on there and reflecting the colors that you used on the background inside the shaker card. I like that you chose to do a black happy birthday. I think that stands out much more than if you had done like a white strip with one of those colors on it. I like that choice a lot. She says she likes orange, but she hadn't had to use it a bazillion times. We don't have any people with tendencies to have hyperbole now, do we? A bazillion orange cards. Oh, you just wait. Anyway, it's just so cute. I love that stencil. It's gorgeous. So nice card. Thank you, Janet. From Maryland. Amanda Pierce from Northwest Territories sent in this. She said she didn't know what to do with orange. See, this is a great thing. One thing I love seeing with crafters is not necessarily copying what people do, but that's okay too. But coming up with just the thing that Craft Roulette does is it gives you 4 ideas, and then you put on your stretch pants, not your big girl panties, but your really big girl panties, your stretch pants, and then pop some elastic, because you are taken to new things that you may not have ever chosen on your own. So and you learn things that way. You learn things that go with orange that maybe you didn't know before. You learn how to use stencils that maybe you wouldn't have learned before. You learn how to incorporate a shape, a size, an element, and then you learn this crazy random thing. It seems like usually, at least, you'll get 3 spins that make sense. But then the 4th spin, whether that is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, all of a sudden you've got this, how do you fit that son of a gun in? But we always do it, and we end up with lots and lots of samples of how we do it. Anyway, this is really cool. I'm glad that you are starting to embrace orange and accepting that getting out of your comfort zone is not a scary place. I think you did great. I love those big circles in the background. Those are big orange circles. I like them. They're very abstract and modern. I like it. I like it. And you've got the holograph paper. It's cool. I like it. I do. Nice card. Thank you, Amanda. Brenda, you did something I don't think I've ever thought of. You left the inserts inside the die cut. What a cool thing to make some texture without a lot of effort. With the white on white, you didn't take them out and edge them. You didn't take them out and insert different colors, different papers. I think it was a very effective way to make a focal point with some interest without saying, I'm the main attraction. Beautiful card. You've got the choice of the way you inked your stencil. You've got the follow through with the circle for the focal point, and then you've got this cute little plant. Your birthday wishes all follows through with your main theme color, and I think it's just really spectacular. So I'm glad that you are doing well enough with your hand that you're able to join us again. It is. It's very clever, isn't it, Patty? But very simple. But you know, simplicity is not always easy. Sometimes we get to starting and then we go, oh, maybe I could add this, and maybe I could add that. But you knew when to say whoa, and that's important too. So well done, Brenda. Thank you. Rochelle Castle from Indiana. This is a cool stencil. I think that's a stencil, the tree. Think of all the things you could do with that tree. You could make it spooky with some different backgrounds. You could make it springy, kind of like this is. You could make it fallish. You could make it summery. Cool stencil. Something I really thought was extraordinary on this one, besides the coloring on the little note, I thought that was real pretty, was that she had a little tiny vellum circle around her sentiment. Small thing, yep. Big, but overall, it adds just a little more interest. It adds just a little bit of specialness to her card, and really sets it off as something that she did some thinking about and worked through. So really liked the card, Rochelle. Like your choices with your orangey tree, and with that red violet and darker green shade. Really cool card. I'm glad you got to make it and send it in, because I was quite inspired by it. Thank you. TR's place. Oh, TR had to leave, darn. Oh, man, this card, let me tell you, it's orange and it is gorgeous. Really complicated looking, but when you break it down, you can see the elements are not that complicated. I think that's one thing that you can do on the Craft Roulette live blog. You can take time and really study what is going on these more complicated cards. But she has the yellow and the green and the orange, the green in the dies. Look at that. She had different, I don't know if that was paper that was already that way or if she inked it that way and then cut it. Really cool complexity that would otherwise have been a little flat, but still fine. Really pretty. She's got some circles on ribbon and the glitter. So I think TR, you just have fun doing this. And she's not really made cards for all that long. I think that's really spectacular. I like that I Miss You card is not a sullen, sad, blue card. That it's like, I miss you with lots of passion of orange. The orange passion. Would that orange passion, would that be a good, that's got a product coming for it. Anyway, it's really pretty. Now watch the next card, because this is as complex almost as we get. I think Christina is the most complex, but the next card, Lisa Stanley, and the TR's card was super orange. This one, hello, is there any orange? Yes, there is. There's little teeny tiny orange in that pattern paper. Smart, huh? Obviously, it's another way to incorporate one of the parameters, not as the big wig, but as a supporting cast. Love the stencil, Lisa. Really nice, great way to use it too. Doesn't fight with the pattern paper at all. I really think that's kind of a cool thing that turned out. And then you've got the die cut flower or plant there. All nice, just all nice. I like the contrasting with the really orange and then the really green. Still works. Love it very much. Lisa, thank you so much from California. Diane, this was her first submission. I believe she told me she has not made too many cards, but she's already developed a style, hasn't she? She's got like that leather background looking thing, and then she's got almost like an abstract thing going on with those circles and locking circles and with the leaves on there. Look how she went sneaking in that little plant. I think, Diane, you are off to a great start with your card making, and I'm glad you played along. Welcome to Craft Roulette family. We are glad to have you in here. Look at those colors. They're great. Orange is a good color. I don't need to defend it. It stands on its own little feet. Thank you. Come back often. Okay, this is a nice little story. Teresa is the grandma, and she crafts sometimes with Maylin. She used to be our youngest crafter for Craft Roulette. And then Morgan, her little brother, joined this week, and he made his own little card. He's 6. So now he is our youngest crafter on Craft Roulette. We're not going to ask who's the oldest, but super cute. So the top one is Morgan with the spider. I think he's stenciled. I bet he had fun making that. And then he says hello, by the way, the spider. It must be Charlotte. And then the second one is Maylin, and she often draws her own cards, which is very cool. And I like that she has that boldness. She's got circles in her little worm or caterpillar and her little son. Love the ways that those kids think. And then Grandma made a card, Teresa made a card that is just as cute as can be too. So they're like a whole crafting card family. It's so fun. And I really appreciate that Teresa is taking time, and she says she doesn't do that much, and she loves being able to spend time with her grandkids to do this. But I think it's really neat that she shares her supplies and products and know-how with the grandkids. And not everybody's that patient, and it's sometimes hard to see how kids use products. So very nicely done, well done, bringing up the next gen of crafters. Love it. Thank you, guys. Bitty Penny, I emailed with her today. She didn't have any electricity, and hope she's got it by now. But she said in this, okay, I laughed when I read her comment. Are you ready? Because do you notice something about this card? It's not quite parameter ready, or it's a little beyond parameters. So she goes, I just realized it's orange plus 2. Well, let's call it orange plus too many. I guess she used a few extra cards or colors. And then she said, tell the Craft Roulette police that she is sorry and she has cookies. But if she doesn't have electricity, she doesn't have fresh cookies. So we're not even going to go bother. But super fun card. She's got a unique style, and she's got the circle that folds out for the card base on top of a card base. And really very fun. Another little bunny. We're all getting ready for spring. I love it. Thank you, Bitty Penny. Vicki Logan, longtime friend of mine here in the city, sent in this card. She's often very artsy, and I like that. Look at that orange background. Isn't that like interest? I love it. It's very interesting and boom. It must be a stencil. And then she did the silhouettes on top of it, which is very effective. I like your choices. I always do. And then I know what I was going to say. On their little inside, by the way, we always say put everything on one submission because you only get one. So if you want us to see the inside, you got to do a pic collage or something. She did little squares around each of the sentiments. Just the lines, which is kind of a cool little technique. You know, it's like, okay, got to make a note. Use that soon. It's a good card. Very strong, very bold, very in your face. I always describe Vicki as my friend who's a strong cup of tea, and I can see it in her card too. Isn't it cool, Patty? Yep, I like it too. Jennifer, she was the one that had James come along and help him make his own first card. She did a double stencil technique. Very pretty, very, very pretty. And she said she's so excited that she wet her plants. Oh, funny. Pretty colors together. Nicely done, Jennifer. I just a solid card. Like that your layout is good. You've got nice touches with the plants coming out of the picture. The double stenciling is very effective. Your orange background and your mattes, very strong. It's just a very strong, pretty card. Well done, Kiss Your Brain. I like it very much, Jennifer. Thank you. Claire Rope decided she wanted to try something new, which is a folded easel. And no, she wasn't too late. The submission board form is open until midnight our time. And so you can always just go in there and do it whenever you have it. Oh my, I see the police cars in the chat room. Oh, Bitty Penny. I thought this was a cool card, Claire from New Zealand. The orange is very prominent and very, very pretty. Get well soon, a plant that the person is not going to have to water. I think that's should be appreciated in itself. She's got a little wood turning there to be holding the easel card up. If you want to see more about easel cards, we had a whole easel card week. I can't remember when it was, but when you're on craftroulette.live, you can hover over each one of the shows and it will tell you what the parameters were. So it pops up magically. But pretty. I think the way you designed the background is neat. And it's not terribly complicated, but it's terribly effective. So note to myself, I want to try that one again soon too. So thank you, Claire, for inspiring us, as many of you have. And we hope to see you often, more often than we have seen you already. Thank you for your pretty card. Denise O'Gwyn, I believe, in Louisiana. I have not sent you your prize yet because it's just too blame cold to get out. It was fun, wasn't it? And she hopes it doesn't take her the whole 48 hours next time. But you did 2 cards, girl. So really cool cards too. I like how you incorporated your orange and chose your colors to go with it. Your sentiments are sweet. You used, and you've got the stencil, same stencil I believe, but totally different looks on those 2 stencils. So that's a cool thing to see. So we're just glad that you did it and glad that you joined us, and we hope you join us again soon. Thank you, Denise, and I will send that to you this week as soon as I get out. Jackie Rippey is ready for Easter, it looks like to me, and she used this, finally used this new stencil, cool stencil, and to be the backdrop of the little smiling bunny. That's a really cute bunny. And he's got his, look at his feet. Don't you want to tickle him? Yes, it did look a little bit like a kite, her orange card. I think so too. But yep, those big old bunny feet, you just want to tickle them. And I know that bunnies don't like that because I've had bunnies and they are kind of sensitive about their feet. Anyway, Jackie has been a long-time supporter of Craft Roulette. As you can see, she's got over 30 submissions also. You know, that just says something to me that and I want to say something to you. I appreciate you guys that stick with us through thick and thin, bad shows and good shows. But we don't have that many bad shows. We really don't. We've had some wonderful guests, and they make the show so fun. We've got more guests coming up that are going to make the show so fun. So do stay tuned. It's going to, we're on a ride here. We're just having fun. So if you want some craftertainment, always join us. Jackie, we do appreciate you so much. That your chair in the background almost looks like a handle. Could be a purse card. We've had that too. Crafty Al, she's here. She's been one of our guest crafters. She was also on Craft Bowl, which is how we started the year. She was also our first guest last week on Cut the Crap and Create, and we had so much fun. It is right here on this YouTube channel. We were talking about crafting for fun, and we mostly don't. We mostly craft for a project, and so she said that she crafted this one for fun, and it just felt good. And I loved that so much. Super cute card. When I first looked at it, I thought, oh my gosh, are those real strings? But I think they're a die. But really cute I can't even say it anymore. My grandpa used to say macrame, and really pretty choices, colors, design. You don't have a sentiment on it. I don't mind that at all. Never know when you're going to want a sentiment. You could always add it down there at the bottom. You gave yourself plenty of room to do it. You are just so much fun, and I'm so glad for Craft Roulette and that you came into our lives. We just love having you around us. So don't tell anybody. I said she lives about 3 hours away. So when are you going to come to IKEA again and we can have meatballs together? And she said she has to wait until COVID's lifted because her husband can only travel an hour away before he's quarantined. And I said, well, you could drive really fast and get those 3 hours in one, or you could make it over 3 days and just drive an hour a day and then another 3 days, an hour a day getting back. Parameters. They're made to be used for your own use. Anyway, so Crafty Al, we do appreciate you being so often in our group and in our Facebook group and on the live shows and sending in your cute cards and all the things that you do with your sheetload of cards. Follow her on YouTube. She's got an incredible giveaway going on right now. Call me Crafty Al. Look her up. You got to be a part of a group. She's fun. So thank you so much from Nebraska. Jennifer. Okay, so that card was very clean cut, all paper. This one is colored with pencil. Jennifer says she is new. She's still building her stash. Can we imagine that? She's still building her stash, but she did colored pencils, which is a very cool interpretation. I don't know that I've seen very often that people have used colored pencils on these challenges. So I'm glad you don't have a lot of stuff and that you used what you have. I think it's a great way to stretch your creativity. Very pretty succulents. I love it very much. So glad that you joined us from Iowa. I bet you have some snow up there. But pretty card. Well done. And keep making cards. It's a fun thing to do. And pretty soon you'll have tubs and tubs and tubs of them. And tubs and tubs and tubs of product too. Don't make her sad though. Yep. Oh, wow. Now we got some IKEA talk. I like IKEA. All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us. Sherry Bradley from Kentucky brought some gnomes to our world. And she's got 2 different colors of orange and very clean cut. She's got Mr. Gnome inside and Mr. Gnome outside the ring. Very cute choices of colors. Darling card. She's a big card maker for the soldiers. And right now she's in Fun University, and she's busting her unfinished project dish, and she's got over 200 cards made out of her unfinished project dish for the soldiers. So I wonder, these little gnomes might be going to a soldier too. So thank you, Sherry. They're really cute. Nice clean cards. Love it. Thank you. Wendy and Fred J, we got another pair going on here, but this is a daughter-dad pair, and they sent in their first daughter-dad pair of cards last week, and this week they made little 4x4 cards with a circle peekaboo window, and Fred is 72, and Wendy hasn't told me how old she is, but she super cute card with the little kitty popping out. I don't know how you colored those, but they look great. So fun to have a daughter-dad team playing with cards and crafts together. I think that's just totally neat. Love the 4x4 cards. It's an artist kind of thing, the 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And little kitty in a pot. Cute interpretation. Absolutely love it. You guys are killing me with all these cute cards. You're just killing. They're just wonderful. They really are. Congratulations, Wendy and Fred, for another week of sending in some darling cards. Angela made a bunch of cards and she couldn't decide, so she posted them on the Facebook challenge group, and for the most part, and challenged us to figure out which one she had sent in. I didn't even go there, but she sent in this really pretty one. She was pleased with it, and I don't blame her. So this is the one she chose, everyone, and she's got some circles in the background that are not even complete, but you know, that's another interpretation now, isn't it? She's got green circles in her mat on the outside. You know, it looks, glance at it. Is it a postage stamp or sitting on top, or is it underneath a die cut? And actually it's both, but love the choice of all those detailed outline stuff. So that makes it really very, very interesting. And nice job. You've got so many shapes going on here. You've got like the outside mat, you've got the white mat, and the white's plain. Then you've got the circle, like the tree ring circle, that's shaped, and then you've got the sentiment that's shaped, and the die cut. Lots of cool decisions going on there, Angela. So well done, and we appreciate you sending it in. Another color to take notes on and get some ideas from. Sue Brooks sent in this really pretty card. She always does a real classy card. Solid, beautiful cards. Nice choices of colors. The details on those little tiny mats just set off so much interest. You've got the little background of all those circles. Great background. Your choices of papers to go with it. I can't imagine it being better, even though you know you can. There's no one right way to make something. So, but this is just real pretty. Another plant that you don't have to water, that you can send to somebody. And well, hello. It says well, hello. That's what it says. Okay. So I used to have one of those plants, a dumb cane, a Dieffenbachia, and the leaves are humongous. So it's cool to see it fit on a card. Thank you, Sue, once again for joining us from Illinois. Sandy Carlson. Now, here's another thing. If you do send something in, you don't see it on the submission board, let me know. Just DM me and I'll fix it, because sometimes I get sidetracked. There's quite a few steps I have to go through. That happened to poor Sandy. So we got her taken care of. She's got one of those fancy little background stamps too, with the edges that look like a postage stamp. Went with the cactus, like Candace's mother suggested, and used the orange and the terracotta. Has anybody tried those terracotta heaters, by the way? You know, with the candle underneath. They're everywhere right now, but let me know in somewhere that you've tried it, if it works or not, because I don't want to go buy all that stuff. But anyway, terracotta pots, I've always loved them. It's one of my favorite things to stamp, actually. So, and your cactus, you've got some dimension in it. They're really pretty. And from Minnesota, you did pretty darn great on your cactus, girl. So, well done. I mean, right there for you. And I think of you often. Isn't that a nice sentiment? It really is. I sent a message to a friend of mine the other day that said, my lack of attention does not indicate my lack of affection. And there's a good stamp for you. And anyway, she said, oh, never would think that. So, yep, I think of you often is a lovely sentiment. And thank you so much for sending me your card. I think that's it. That's it. We did it. We did it. It takes me a little over an hour for all these cards. And boy, do I talk a long time. Did you see some cards you want to learn from? Maybe case and make them your own? Lots and lots of great cards. Thank you so much, everyone, for sending in cards. The people that send in new ones that we've never seen, or new contributors, really appreciate you joining us. Those who have stayed with us through thick and thin, we really appreciate you. You know we do. And everyone in between. We just love having you in our Craft Roulette fun family, and invite you to come back next Friday at 6:30 Central Time on Facebook.com/MaryGunFunCraftRoulette for another evening of craftertainment, this time with Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is a close to my heart girl. You need to find her on, you can go to craftroulette.live and find information on all of our guest crafters. And she does a beautiful job. If you like hip kit club layouts, for instance, she's got that kind of style, and it's very, very attractive. The wheel is always kind of ornery when she's on, so we'll see what she comes up with. Fun University is the place that I teach classes on art, card making, and scrapbooking. We've got some great things coming up, and there's an extensive library with dozens and dozens of past shows or labs. We have a wonderful community in our lounge. You're always welcome to try us for free for a month. That is fununiversity.com. We've got a new Cut the Crap coming out and Create coming out this Friday at 1 o'clock with a cookie designer that you will not believe. She is outstanding. Her name is Cookie Cindy in our world, but it's Cindy Raven from Sugar Chat Cookie Studios. She's fabulous. And then we'll be back here next Tuesday. So with this week's number 49 submissions, you be sure to tell your friends and have them join us, and send your friends your little link here and tell them that you did a good job and that we love you, and they should be proud of their friend, because you guys are great. We all appreciate you being here. Like I said, everybody, give your nog a big kiss. You all deserve it, because you're all very special and the whole wide world needs you. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the internet soon. Bye. Hi, thank you for tuning in to Craft Roulette. I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell you about my other project, Fun University. Fun U is my online papercraft art school geared toward those who like to create. I'm live for 15 plus hours a month in our digital classroom. All lessons are recorded and archived in our library. Each lesson is paired with extensive documentation, extra examples, digital guides built on our own unique guide system, student galleries, and more. We have a unique think outside the kit approach to card making, scrapbooking, and miscellaneous papercraft art. We are perfect for the crafter who embraces the creative process and wants to thrive in the medium of their self-expression. Check us out at fununiversity.com. The first month of classes is always free.